Hey, what's up, guys? I really feel you're gonna enjoy this video. I had a lot of Zoom calls this particular week. I don't know what exactly is triggering it, but a lot of the one-on-ones said, David, go ahead and post my video on YouTube. I want to share my questions with the world. So big ups to you guys and big ups to Malik, man. Malik, good dude, big heart, great energy, good sense of humor. I'm loving Malik's energy. So enjoy the video, watch the entirety of it because Malik asked some really good questions. All right, guys, take care.
Right there. Oh man, that's him right there. What's up, David?
Yo, Malik, what's up, man?
How you King? What's the word?
Man, I'm just excited, bro. I don't know what to say. It's like every day is like you get to direct your life, and so you're in control to a certain extent, right? So that's what I've been thinking a lot lately is like, what do I want to
Okay.
do? What do I want to look back at, and who do I want to create? So
So I'm trying to stick out because I'm not really from Atlanta. So I even been doing balloon garlands on it, like trying to figure out how to make my backdrops look a little better, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. So trying to make it look like something.
key word that you just mentioned, Malik, is stand out, right? So how do we stand out in a industry that can be saturated in some cities within a state? And that's one thing I think we should tackle today, if that's one of the things you want to discuss. But yeah, I just want to make a mental note out of that. What else do you want to look into, Malik?
Um, I know Snappic and TouchPic are the same price, but I definitely like the production value. I've watched a couple of your videos. You could do three different things, so it allows you to get more content and more everybody. I mean, the standard thing is cool when I put it all together because everything looks the same. But then if you could get everybody like, oh, I want to do that one too, and I want to do that too, because you
Mhm.
really don't know what they're gonna like. I'm finding that people don't really know what it is until they see it,
Right.
and if they don't know that they can have effects like, oh, you could do that too. Like, why did you give him that? Like, oh, it's like I did something. I didn't listen to you.
Yeah.
Should listen to you. I did the money gun one time. Oh my gosh, picking up that money all event long.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Last two events that I did, it was for a corporation called CalSpa, right? So they're nationwide. And I brought out the money guns, Malik, because I felt like it was going to be I was in a situation where they hired, they themselves said, we know that we're hiring you, David, but because we want to hire the best of the best. And in the conversation, they brought up money guns. So I knew that the money guns for them was a big deal, especially
Mm-hmm.
because it was revolving around awards night and they were going to have a casino night as well. And it was
Mm-hmm.
revolving around money. So I brought out the money guns, brother. And can you believe me, man? When I say that the money guns were available the entire time, the only thing I would tell them is that if you guys want to use the money guns, just help me pick up the money. And I had an assistant with me,
Mm-hmm.
so
Okay, that's pretty
what
smart.
it wasn't too bad, bro. Everyone picked up the money, so it was really like you got six hands just picking up money, and then the little kids love volunteering, and then I always give them like like $100 bill and tell them keep it.
Okay, that's kind of cool. I like that. That's actually, you know what I like. I gotta make a note of that right there. If they're kids at the event,
Yeah.
yeah, they'll definitely like the $100 bill right there. I like that.
Yeah.
Uh,
And Malik, and also to save you some time, brother, because I want to answer as many questions as possible. I'm gonna go
yeah.
ahead and record this session, and later on, what I can do is I can upload it to YouTube and even have it as a private video where only you can access it, or make it public. But don't
Show
spend
the
too
world
much time.
because I might have some questions everybody has. So you know what?
Yeah.
I like that when you do it, that everybody, I'll be like, oh, that's a good question. Like, yes, I needed that. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay,
I don't
sweet,
mind.
sweet. Yeah, so don't worry about taking notes. I mean, you could if you want to, but
No, no, now that I know you recording, we good. I just got some questions that I'll probably pop up in there every blue moon when I'll be like, okay. So, but I like that idea. Like, hey, give the kids $100. So
Mhm.
I'm going based on what I see you doing. So you believe Snappic is the best uh production wise.
Yeah,
Because
I tried four apps, not include so we did Lumen Booth, we did Touch Picks, we did Snappic, and I also did one called Slow-Mo, but I couldn't add any overlays and I couldn't do certain editing just because
okay.
it wasn't designed for the 360 booth, but I felt like,
Mhm.
well, the quality is amazing. But now that Snappic, has educated me and telling me that I can send a video on the spot with the effects and it's fully rendered with the overlay at 60 frames per second. I'm
Mhm.
putting these videos, Malik, with my iPhone 13, not an iPhone 13 Pro or a Pro Max, just a standard 13. And as you can see from my production, man, these videos are coming out really sweet.
That's what I use. I only have a standard 13, so you know what I'm saying, so that works.
However, since you're still using touch picks, Malik, once you load up the event and you have it on your iPhone 13, if you go to
Mm-hmm.
settings, once you go into settings, go into live view, select live view so you can actually see the attendees on the platform and you can adjust it as needed. So it's just in the settings of touch picks. You go to live view and then you enable it so that you can see the attendees before you even hit record or start spinning.
I like that live view. That's a good one. I didn't know they had that. That's
Yeah.
good to know. God, I'm gonna take a quick note of that. So because
That'll make a crazy difference for the fact that sometimes you get kids with the parents and you want to make
right.
sure everyone is going to come out and the dad's forehead's not chopped off and stuff like that. So yeah.
Well, the problem with that now is because I'm ready to go with Snappic because it's basically the same price but better production. So does Snappic have that same live view option on the phone?
All day.
Oh, well, see, there it is. So Snappic is winning. Oh, um, the thing that I had on TouchPick, I seen you talk about it, and I seen Snappic actually makes you pay for it, the white label. So when I send it, it's this generic text message, like it has what I say to have, but it's coming from a generic phone number. I always feel like that's a lost opportunity for me to have for the people to be able to get back in touch with me. So do you think that white label feature they have on Snappic is worth it?
So I don't use the white label. I keep it very simple. I pay for the pro enterprise because I want to use the video effects, Malik. So for example, if we have an Android user and they want the
Mm-hmm,
video, then they can either scan the QR code right from my phone on the arm without me having to remove my phone from the arm. And
mm-hmm,
this is if you don't even have an iPad sharing station, right? You can do all this from your iPhone 13 while it's still mounted. So I can either do the text message feature and send a text message out to them, or
mm-hmm,
I can use the QR code, which they can scan as well. Now, on the actual event in the dashboard, once you're done with the event and you go on your laptop and you check out the analytics, because there's a lot of cool stuff with Snappic, it'll show you their phone number and it'll show you that it went through, or it'll show you that it's still in queue. So
mm.
that's good information to have. And those phone numbers are actually stored in your dashboard. Whatever you
Absolutely.
do with those numbers, it's totally up to you. But
Right.
yeah, just to let you know, that's data you have access to in the Snappic dashboard.
Oh, yeah. So that give you send them another thank you later. Just like, hey, thanks again. You know what I'm saying? Send them the whole event. Like, hey, this is the totality of the event. Okay, that's pretty slick. I like that. You know, and if you need me, here's a flyer and a discount for next time for just you for being a
Absolutely.
valuable. Okay, I like that. So Snappick
Absolutely.
is really winning right now, huh? I
I,
like Snappick.
I'm spinning with Snappic, and if something changes, I'm gonna continue to adapt and remain resilient because that's what we have to do as business owners, man. We gotta adapt. So right now, like you said, I feel like Snappic is a little ahead of the game. It would be
Mm-hmm.
extraordinary if they can lower their prices just a tad bit. All I can do is just offer our community that 10% off, but that's as good as it's gonna get for now.
Well,
Um,
that makes it comparable to TouchPick, so that's fine. If it's doing more and allowing those extra things, that works.
yeah,
I don't have a problem with that. I mean, like you said, but one event pays for that easily. You know what I'm saying? So
very
like, hey,
true. Very, very true.
um, with Snappick, and I don't know if it was with TouchPick either because I never had the chance to do it. I noticed you got I even see it in your video, the iPad sharing station
Yeah.
or photo station.
Uh-huh.
Is can you have both at the same event, or that's two different things?
So if you're going to be using the iPad as a sharing station, then that is included within the plan. So say for
Mhm,
example, you get the one with the video effects, the Pro, the Enterprise for Snappic. That's going to give
mhm,
you one license to have on your device, and that's also going to allow you to use the iPad as a sharing station. Now, if you want to use that iPad sharing station later on as an actual digital photo booth iPad for your upcoming digital booth, then you would
mhm,
have to pay a separate license so that you can have a 360 booth going on with your iPhone 13 and you have your iPad inside of the shell of that digital booth and you're using
mhm.
it to capture photos as a standalone service. So
Right.
you would pay extra license for that iPad and you can do it on a monthly basis as if you want to.
Okay, so it's two different prices though. So the enterprise doesn't include you being able to do the digital photo booth at the same time. So
That would be, yeah, that would be dope. I thought that was it. But then I realized it's not, and I was a little bummed out. I was like, oh man, I gotta spend some extra money. But I'm thinking like,
I don't think it was that much though. If you can actually get them to get both at the same event.
it's not that much at all, and it's like it's so crazy because you're gonna make minimum anywhere from $400 to $600 on that day
God
of
willing.
the booth. Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
yeah. So I've been to a couple events where I bring out both booths, and it's a happy good old time, man.
Now, do you set up backdrops for, do you do like I've seen your production for your 360 booth. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Do you set up that same kind of setup even for your iPad photo booth at the same time?
So for the digital photo booth, Malik, I offer both inflatable enclosure where the digital photo booth goes inside and you have your privacy inside of an inflatable enclosure. And the
Mm-hmm,
inflatable enclosure has like the LED built-in lights, but I bring in lights inside as well to make sure
mm-hmm,
they get good enough lighting so that the pictures can come out high quality.
mm-hmm,
Or if they want, I can also do a regular standard backdrop with the sequins in the back, whether it's black, gold, or white.
mm-hmm,
You can always buy more colors. I like keeping it simple, like the in and out menu. In and out menu hasn't really
mm-hmm.
changed much, so I like offering those options right now. Now, if I get questions or inquiries about a specific service, then I'll probably invest in that one thing, So, but for now, I want to keep things really practical because what's going to happen eventually, Malik, is you're going to have to duplicate your sets because you're going to expand. And when you expand, you have to offer the same exact thing for both events that are going to be running simultaneously when you have assistants and you start scaling. So
Mm-hmm.
that's another reason why I removed the TV
I
as
remember
part
you
of the
saying that.
service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. So the next question would be, would it be make more sense than to invest in the iPad photo booth in the way you're saying, rather than worry about doing balloon garlands and trying to set up? Because, like you said, now I'm asking for a lot. So, but it goes back to our original thing about standing out. So,
Yeah.
what's more important to stand out, to offer another service, maybe at a discount to stand out, where they might not really care about extra balloons, or you think it's more about, hey, just really make the production so amazing that when they go, I could get all of that. Like
Yeah,
that's
so that's a solid question because you're in a within a certain radius where you even yourself notice that there's a good amount of competition, right?
mm-hmm,
So how do you separate yourself from the competition? Well, if you have experience doing balloons, then if you start offering bundles and
right.
packages that include both services combined into one, then your standard 360 booth operator that's 5 miles away from you doesn't have that, then you're going to get that event, So you might want to ask yourself, what areas do I want to focus on? What keywords do I want to start using? So when people type in certain keywords, I come up at the very top of the search engine and I get that inquiry first. And that gives me an opportunity to lock them in as from a prospect to an actual client. So if your question is, David, what should I focus on more? Should I still bring in the balloon concept or should I invest in a digital photo booth? I myself would say, try to offer as many services as you can. That way you're more diverse than your competition. And I know
Okay.
it takes more capital because you're investing in more products, more services, but at the
Mhm.
same time, you're going to have more of a revenue coming from different streams of income, whether it's your digital, your balloons, or your 360 booth. And who knows what else in the future.
Yeah, something might stick, right? One of them will stick, right? Hopefully, one or all three of them will stick, right? Hey,
Yeah, yeah. And
oh
it's
Lord.
all about starting to rank for those specific keywords, Malik. So if we can take some time out of this meeting today and I can show you what I mean by keywords and how to rank for those, I would
Sure.
really love to share that information with you. But let's continue with your questions to get those answered first.
Oh yeah, you done. Listen, you answered all of them. You're all right with me. That was oh, this one's a good one. I actually have, because I started thinking the balloons.
Okay.
I'm going with a cargo van,
Mm,
because the 360 party thing is more on the weekends. I could also take that cargo van and do like deliveries during the week. So I'm trying to mesh like two different things going, maybe wrap the van and let them still know about what I'm doing on the weekend. With
mhm.
the cargo van, you need a business insurance. And with the 360, I heard you talk enough about making sure you're insured and stuff like that. Is there an insurance, that a generalized one that'll cover both, maybe with like just a business under umbrella? like I don't know if I'm saying it right, where it's like, hey, this is Malik, and I'm insuring all of my businesses under this one umbrella, or is it certain where you do like, because I don't know if I want to go, I need an insurance for the 360, an insurance for the truck, you know what I'm saying? As
Yeah,
each
so
business,
this is a unique, a very unique question, because it falls down into several things. One, insurance. Two, accountants and CPAs, tax write-off services, and so it's an interesting question. So, for example, Malik, say you buy a cargo van, right, and you're going to
Mhm,
use it for business, but it's not all going to be revolving around the 360 business. When you buy that van's going to have a certain weight that's going to meet the threshold to be considered a write-off because of the weight of the van. It's considered a commercial vehicle. So
mhm,
you can get a good amount of write-off on that 5-year finance or 3-year finance, whatever you decide to go, if you do it as commercial. Now, if you do it as a commercial, then that means, Malik, that you're going to have to get a commercial insurance for that van as well. And that also means that only you, the actual owner, can drive that van for commercial purposes. Meaning, if you go to the store real quick, do groceries, and you let someone else borrow the van, or you're using the van for something else that's not business, then you have to be careful there just in case something happens, right? Like an incident happens. And also, when it comes to the insurance, the individual, the representative, is going to ask you, well, how much is your equipment? Because you're going to be moving it back and forth, and they factor that into your insurance policy, that equipment that's going to be covered in your commercial van. So they take that into consideration. If you really want to simplify things and do things a little different, what you can also do is you can buy a cargo van and have it under your personal name, and then you can do half, meaning you can write off certain amount of it just for personal use. Like it just, this is what I mean by it's important to get a CPA, because when you get it to just commercial, from what I understand, is you can write it off for those 5 years that is financed, depreciation, wear and tear, tires, all that stuff. If you go with personal, I think you can only do the amount of mileages you're putting on it, right off the
mhm,
mileage. And I think it's either going to be the gas or the mileage, one of the two. So they all have their pros and cons, and that's something that I'm still debating what route I should take,
mhm,
because I was really close to buying a cargo van twice last year, but I said, no, these prices are ridiculous. I'm not paying $50,000 for a used cargo truck. So I'm
mhm.
still renting, and that rental is of course a write-off for us as business owners. And
Right.
I think 2023 is going to be a good time to buy a van, and we'll see prices continue to just drop little by little. Sooner or later,
Okay.
we can jump into that. And most likely, I'm probably going to get it as a commercial van and have it under my business and finance it with my business, so that my business can also start building a good amount of credit on top of the credit that it already has from small vendors.
That works. It's a lot going on there, but
Yeah,
I
a lot.
definitely,
That question
yeah.
can be a whole hour long. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole one right there because I'm in the mix, like I said, of trying to figure out which insurance. But I know as Caressa was saying, like, well, if you do a business one, you will give you a bundle if you get it as a commercial auto, commercial vehicle, then
Mhm.
you could get a business insurance at the same time. Like, cause I said I need one for the 360. Like, I want to go into schools and stuff like that, and some of
Mhm.
the places you want to go in, you have to still be bonded. Like, you know what I'm saying? Meta. It's like, well, yeah, you could do the schools, but you need insurance. And like your business, you need your insurance, not your car. You know, I'm like,
Business.
oh, okay. So I'm trying to find out what's the best one to bundle all of that together and
Yeah.
not have to come out or lose an arm and a leg on the way in there. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah. So what I'm doing right now is I'll go on Turo, and then Turo has their insurance, and then you can add uh, extra insurance on top of that if you feel you need to. And then I have
mhm.
my equipment insured through Thimble. In the future, I'll probably look into the same thing you're looking into right now, and finding a good, solid provider that'll give me a bundle for both my equipment and my vehicle at the same time. But that's where I'm at right now, Malik.
We on the same page. I like that. You know what I'm saying? I love your prop video. I just wanted to shout that out. I love the prop videos. I'm like, you know what? I got to get props. I got to get a the cold sparkles and the iPad photo thing to stick out. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, but other than that, that was like the main questions because I kind of eliminated Luma Booth because I really been watching you work the Snappic pretty good. So
Yeah.
I kind of like, you know what? Even though Luma Booth was cheaper, I just like the production of Snappic and stuff like that. I like the option of being able to change 3 different templates technically throughout the whole event, you know what I'm saying, to give everybody options and stuff like that.
Got it.
Especially
Malik,
the
have
content
you
wise.
have you actually done any testing with Snappic on your iPhone 13?
I have not. I have not. Just watched you. That's all. I watched your videos and said the last one, I was waiting for you to do I think you said you're gonna do a template when you get a real good template. And I was like,
Yeah.
I like the ones he's doing now. Like, but okay, I'll wait and see what else he has and stuff. Cause I don't have an event set up right now.
Mhm.
So I was like, well, you know what? I went and canceled TouchPick because I was like, well, there's no sense paying for something that I'm not using and practicing on. I kind of got TouchPick down. Then I was like, wait, let me actually take that time and do Snappic. So trying to figure out a few things to do as far as with Snappics, as
When
far
you
as promotional events.
Yeah, so when you get your upcoming event, Malik, just
Hmm.
know that the Snappic has that 7-day free trial.
Hmm.
So you can actually launch an event and get familiar 7 days before your actual event. You'll notice a difference from Luma Booth to Snappic when it comes to the actual production. It's very interesting, and
Hmm.
you're finally gonna get a visual on your own. So I look forward to you know really
Oh,
comparing both of them.
yeah, yeah. That makes a big difference. I love to be able to see that live view. That live view was big. I can't wait to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Most
Now,
definitely.
the best one, next big one was really about the last one, really to me was the advertising because yeesh, like I said, I'm new to the whole Georgia area itself. So I don't really have a network of people that could just be like, hey guys, do this. I've been trying word of mouth, you know what I'm saying? Do a couple free ones. And I
Okay.
even did I paid, what's that, TikTok
TikTok
to get views and stuff. And it got the views, but it didn't give
engagement with the actual inquiry and the actual booking.
they thought it was cute. It was like, hey, that's nice. That's cool. Like, I don't want it to be cool. I want you to say, I need that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I had one like, I'm like, oh, it's up to 9,000 views. Yes. And I'm like, not one person is saying, when can I, where are you? Like,
You know, Malik, don't worry, man. When I started my iPhone repair business, I did the same thing, man. I paid TikTok to push some of my videos, and they were getting hundreds of views on a daily basis, but nothing really came from it but views, right? And this was
right.
many years ago, man. I've come a long way. So now I can actually show you methods that you can use that are actually going to work. And also want to take a look at where you're at right now as far as your competition goes. Malik, have you actually taken the time to build a business profile on Google, your Google business profile?
Have not done one on Google.
Okay, that one is going to be on the highest priority. And what I mean the highest priority is if you can get it done this week, that would be amazing because not having a Google profile, you're keeping people from finding out about your business. And remember, having a Google business profile is absolutely free, Malik. You don't
All
have to pay
right.
them any money, and Google will put your business in front of hundreds, if not thousands of people.
All right. That's the top priority. Then I'm putting a star next to that. That's
Yeah.
ASAP. Next time I talk to you, I'm gonna be like, how's it going? I'm like, man, I'm doing great, David. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Exactly. Just because, for example, let's go ahead and here, I'm going to share my screen with you. Before I do that, Malik, are we done with the list of questions or I got a few more?
No, no, no. That was your videos are so explain everything so well that it's amazing that you don't really have like the questions here are just like little ones. So yes, we're done. You know what I'm saying? Your videos, I got them saved in like a playlist or something.
Okay.
Just I could watch them over and over.
Sweet. All right. Malik, let's go ahead and type in what's the name of your city?
I'm actually in Stone Mountain, but I tell people Atlanta because it's I guess Atlanta would be the metropolitan area.
This little map right here, Malik, look familiar to you?
Yeah, that's Atlanta, Atlanta. I'm a little outside of it, but yeah, that would be where it's at.
Okay. Let's focus on your actual city. How do you spell your city?
Stone Mountain, Stone, and then mountain. There it is, Stone Mountain, Georgia, right at the top.
Let me see. I tell my clients focus on ranking in your city first. If you can manage to rank in your city first, the
Mm-hmm.
algorithm is going to start bringing in more inquiries further out. So first, let's master Stone Mountain. So I typed in 360 booth Stone Mountain,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna do Georgia just. And these are the folks here. that
Oh
are
yeah, that's
very
my area.
okay. These competitors, do you know any of these personally, or maybe talk to them on a phone before, Malik?
I've never met anybody at this point. I don't know anyone out here like that.
All right, Chief. So this is your area right here. Am I correct?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right there.
Are you closer to like the Smoke Rise or the Pittsburgh?
No, no, I'm closer to the what's that step up 360. It looks like he's on top of my house.
Right
Yo,
here?
wait a second. Yeah,
Okay.
he's like 5 minutes away from me. I know that address.
Right here, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Well, then there's only truly one individual to consider somewhat of a competition, which is this one right here, right? And it's a Step Up
Mm-hmm.
360. Step Up 360 has 14 reviews. I feel like you can catch up to them pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's go ahead and see. Have you called to even check their pricing, how much they're charging, Malik?
I have not.
Yeah, so when you get a chance, man, call them, ask them questions. Let's take a quick look at their website. What you want to ask them is you want to see how they answer the phone, what kind of customer service they're providing. And
Okay.
now we're taking a look at their website here together, you and I.
Yes, sir.
And the website, actually, I think it looks pretty decent. They're doing the smart thing, and the smart thing is they're adding YouTube videos in their actual website so that the algorithm and Google, they pick that up. They see that there's signals coming from their YouTube to their
Mm-hmm.
website and website to YouTube. So that's something that I always recommend. But do we have pricing? Let's check. Do we get some pricing? Okay, some pricing right in here. He's using TouchPix, and they want you to, okay, cool. Basic package, $475 for 2 hours.
Mm.
This includes setup breakdown, custom overlay, unlimited spins, 4 LED lights, one song. And they're charging $475. One
Oh
thing,
wow.
one thing you can
Right.
do, Malik, is to these bullet points, you can add that you have a fog machine, 600-watt fog machine, 300
Yeah.
watt fog machine, whatever you get. You can put that you
600 watt.
yeah, 600 watt. You can put that you have strobe lights, disco lights, and that alone, more bullet points. People are gonna be like, well, I get a lot more value if I book with Malik. My production is gonna come out a little nicer because of that extra atmosphere effects that he has, right?
Okay, I
Now,
like that.
yeah. So that's that, right? And then we go on to his gold package. His gold package is going for $600, but that's for 3 hours plus taxes. And now they're saying here that let's see what stands out here.
The props.
The props.
Yes, and the sharing station. That's it.
Yes, props and sharing
Oh, and
station.
the backdrop. Okay, I see the backdrop.
Yeah. So the backdrops, as we both know, really don't do much for the 360 booth just because it's in
No.
fast motion and the background is just a blur. So
Mm-hmm.
if you can include the 2 hours, if you can include props as well in there,
Mm-hmm.
then
Mm-hmm.
already you're offering something that they are not. And this is just coming in and being creative and seeing, well, what is my competition doing? What do they lack? What can I be doing different from them? So for
Mm.
4 hours, they're adding the Apple TV sharing station and the silent disco headset. So
And the
that's
bubble guns.
and
Yeah.
the bubble gun. So for you, you can go up here on your 2 hour and add the bubble guns to your 2 hour.
Yeah, I'm already there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, what you're doing is you're giving him a gold and platinum package as a basic package because Malik is built different. So
Yes, sir.
yeah, so that's something that you want to do. And when they call you, right, and you pick up the phone, you educate them and you help them and you say, by the way, I know you're going to call other places, and that's great that you're doing some research, but just keep in mind that this is what I include versus
Okay, I got you.
going to other locations and they're going to try to upsell you on this and that. And so just keep it as simple as possible and always try to offer as much as possible too, Malik, without making it too confusing for them.
Mm-hmm.
I was
Mm-hmm.
going to ask you a
Yeah,
question.
I definitely got to add something to the website. I put it on my photography, videography website, and it seems like his is way more. Just showing the stuff that you get seems like the pricing packages on there somewhere makes a big difference.
Yeah, so I add pricing on my stuff. The reason why I add pricing on mine is because
Mm-hmm.
one, you want to filter out specific types of clients. For example, if a client goes into my website and says this is too expensive, well, then I'm too expensive for them.
Right, right. Don't even
Goes
have to
in
worry
there.
about answering that phone call. That's
Yeah,
right. I got it.
exactly. So let's just be transparent and put our numbers out there. Save people
Mm-hmm.
time as well. That would appreciate that. Now, as far as his website goes, I'm going to go ahead and do this here. I'm going to go into his website. I'm going to type in minus site, and then I'm going to grab this right here, copy, and I'm going to go ahead and paste. So they have 57 citations, meaning they probably have the YouTube videos is counting as a citation every time they post on YouTube. But if we can get you, Malik, to about, let's say 90 to 100 citations, then your website is going to be ranking higher than theirs on the Google search engine when they're looking for a 360 photo booth in Stone Mountain.
Okay. Now, I have a website.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at your website.
It don't look as good as his, so don't laugh too hard at me.
All right, what's the name of the website?
Just MalikLateef.com, MalikLateef.
TTF?
.com.
Let me see if I can find it here.
That on my profile, got everything but my website, huh?
Yeah, it's probably because it has no citation. So I'm going to show you how to get those citations. So if I go
there it is.
to, yeah,
See
so
it down at the bottom?
Yeah.
Yeah, way down.
We want it at the very, very top. So, all right, sweet. Now we're here. Let me just, before I explore the rest of your website, let's check out a few things here. I'm going to minimize this on this end, put it on this side. I'm also going to do the same thing.
Okay.
Here. Minus site.
Citations, 90 to 100. Okay. I got YouTube videos on there, but I don't get a lot of views.
Yeah, it's little by little. So it looks like there's 43, which is you're not very far behind. So I'm going to show you a few things that's going to help you catapult you to the next thing. So
appreciate it.
You do drone shots as well, huh, Malik?
Oh yeah, that's how it started with camera work.
Yeah,
but the 360 booth seemed like something I could use as promotion and get into more people's. That's the hot event everybody's talking about now.
So another thing, Malik, if you ever do an event outdoors, bring your drone, bring your assistant, and bring your drone. The reason why I say bring your drone is because if you start posting footage with drone shots within your city, you are being extra creative and standing out from the competition. Now imagine you do a wedding outdoors, right? And you just say, hey, I'm not going to charge you anything extra. However, I do want to help you out by getting a couple of drone shots, and this is going to be part of you booking with me. And now you're going to use that content for your website and all your social media.
Absolutely.
So definitely offer your drone shots into the 360 booth bookings as well. And you got your information right down here as well. And right here, call now. And then you said that you will be listing the pricing on your website or
yeah, well, you see with a 360 booth on the menu.
Yeah.
I don't have the pricing is like in a flyer, but it's definitely not as deep as his.
Okay. So let me see. Yeah, if you can make a tab per 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, this is very straightforward. Or what you can even do is instead of having in a flyer format, make it in this format in the actual page and just put the different prices for different hours, but the bullet points, people will know that, well, it doesn't matter if I book for 2 hours or 4 hours. The cool thing about Malik's service is that it includes everything. So even if I don't book for 4 hours, I'm still going to get the bubble guns. I'm still going to get the props. I'm still going to get XYZ just because he wants his production to look always consistent, no matter if it's 2 or 3 or 4 hours.
That definitely needs some upgrading over there. Thank you. That's great upgrade. Site ASAP. Google business and upgrade site ASAP.
Yep. Exactly. So, so his prices were a little bit
way
higher.
More expensive. Yeah, almost double.
Almost double. So you want to definitely compete with him, and not be way under what he's charging, right? Because then you're basically gonna, how can I say this? You're gonna slow down your growth as a business if you're way below them, because you're gonna catch yourself finally to a point where you're like having events every single week. But just keep in mind, what if you can make an extra $400 to $500 extra a week if you just bump up your prices just to be more competitive? Because that's going to make a crazy difference, especially when the busy season kicks in.
Yeah, I think I took that from someone else and didn't even look any further to see who else had it. So that might be my bad.
Yeah.
That I was
So
just lazy.
no, another thing I want to check here is, let's go ahead and move this here. I'm gonna grab my SEO minion, and I'm gonna go to home first. I'm gonna go to home first here. You can still see my screen. Am I right, Malik?
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Sweet, man. Let's go ahead and do the SEO minion, and we're gonna do a analyze page here.
Mm.
All right. So who created your website, Malik?
Fiverr.
Fiverr. Okay. Now I need you to reach out to your freelancer on Fiverr. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take a snapshot of this snapshot so you can share this with them. Let them
Okay.
know that your website has no H1s. And that's one of the reasons too your website didn't pop up right away. It doesn't have
Mm.
H1s. So for your H1s, you want your H1s to say what you provide as far as the service goes and where you're located. Right
Oh,
here, all Google sees is Malik Latif Productions. So Google doesn't have an idea exactly what you guys do, just a very broad understanding that it's some type of a production company. So,
okay.
so I'll show you. In fact, let's go ahead and look at your competition's SEO and see if they were able to do it the way where they can actually get how can I say indexed for
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so
Like that.
we typed in 360 plus. Okay, here.
Yeah, that was step up. I think they would step up. There they go.
Yeah, right up here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing for their page. We're gonna do so look, this is another opportunity for you because they only have H2s, they don't have any H1s. Your H1 is super important, Malik, because your H1 is basically like
Right.
the title to a book. And if you have no title on your book, they really don't know what they're checking out. So they just put weddings, parties, corporate events, subscribe. That's it.
Mm.
And so this is not a good example either, which is great for you because now you know this, and now you know that, you know what, I'm going to add a H1s and make sure I label it, 360 photo booth rental, then the city, and then you can have your H2, whether it's 360 photo booth rental, and then so just main keywords that you want to start ranking for, like wedding drone shots and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Nice.
so
Nice.
that
I like that.
that's something that that'll be really cool if you can start implementing onto your website right away. Let me see what I've been doing with mine lately and how it's looking because I changed a few things. So on my website, if I do the same thing, analyze SEO. So right here for mine, Malik, as you can see, I have a H1 right here and it's straight up 360 photo booth rentals, right? Now
Right.
I highlight 360 photo booth rentals. And I go on to Google Keyword Planner. And I type in the keyword that's actually on the title of my website, which is how Google's going to find me. If I go to discover new keywords and I type that in, 360 photo booth rental, and I go get results, 360 photo booth rentals is getting 10,000 to 100,000 searches on a monthly basis. Right? So this is the reason why I went with this keyword right there.
Mm-hmm.
And you can always come into this Google search engine right here and do the same thing for yourself. You can type in 360 photo booth and then stone, what is it called again?
Stone Mountain.
Stone Mountain. I'm just going to type that in.
Yeah.
So this right here, it doesn't have any competition and doesn't have too many searches because it has no competition. This means that, and I'm going to also remind you real quick, Malik, I'm going to be setting a promo video for you, a 360 booth promo video for you. And I'm going to label it exactly this, 360 photo booth Stone Mountain. And then in the description, I'm going to put all of your information, all your social media, so that when we go back to Google and we type this in, that video should be at the very top of the Google page. So when people click on that video, people are going to see in the description all your information, and hopefully this leads to bookings. For sure, you're going to get inquiries, but hopefully it leads to bookings. So I'm going to do that for you this week.
Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Now I have the website updated and ready for it with the H1s and the price, the bulletproof bullets for the pricing and everything.
Exactly.
Love it.
Another thing you want to do too is go on to Google and type in Chat GPT, just like this. And when you're building your Google website, do this right here. This is going to be your new assistant. This is going to be like okay. So when you're making your description on your Google profile, you can tell Chat GPT to do this for you. You can put write a 1,000 word description promoting the 360 booth service. Make it local SEO friendly for Stone Mountain. Okay, and we'll hit enter, and then right away it gets to work. And all you're gonna do is copy and paste. Are you looking for a way to take your business to the next level? Look no further, 360 Booth, the premier virtual tour provider in Stone Mountain. Our state-of-the-art technology allows creative, immersive, interactive virtual tours. So it goes on, and it has really good keywords. With the 360 Booth, you can showcase every aspect of your business, from products and services, interior design, atmosphere, all that, right? And then if you are saying, we can actually do more than this, right? So now that it has this for you, Malik, you can actually go down here once it's done typing, because it's generating 1,000 word description for me. You can go right back in here, Malik, and after that, and I'm just waiting. I'm just gonna go to okay, and after that, you can put make it more exciting. There you go, exciting, and include drone wedding shots service. Let me see. So now it's going to rewrite the whole thing for you, but now it's going to make it more exciting, and it's going to include the drone wedding shot service within that description as well. So this is called Chat GPT. This is artificial intelligence, and you need to jump on this immediately, sir, because if you don't, your competition eventually will find out this tool and how it can definitely help your business in a major way, man.
I'm using this for the Google business profile.
Use it from now on for everything, Malik. And I mean everything, bro. And I'll give you an example, okay? So it's that we're going to go open up a new chat. And then we're going to say make an email responding to a prospect, letting them know we have business insurance as a 360 booth provider, right? Because every now and then corporations, small businesses, and schools will tell you, well, do you have any insurance, right? And what it'll do is it'll make you a professional email. Dear prospect, thank you for reaching out to, and it'll make you an entire email that sounds super professional, letting them know that you have that available. You copy and paste, you send that email, bro. Now, instead of you thinking sentence per sentence, this thing is doing it for you in a few seconds, and all you're going to do is just copy and paste, bro.
I see.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's a game changer.
It is a game changer, man. So this is what I mean by you use it for everything. And when I mean for everything,
the website too, right? I can actually change all of that.
Exactly. So, and another cool thing is you can always go back to your old the old chat or whatever it is, or you can make it even tell you please provide 10 keywords, or you can even do please provide 10 high volume, because the smarter the more, how can I say this, the more advanced questions you ask it, the more of an advanced response you're going to get. And continue refining. So please provide 10 high volume keywords for a 360 photo booth business in Stone Mountain, Georgia. And now it's actually providing that information for you. You don't have to do any more research, because it already knows. It's the algorithm. It's artificial intelligence. So moving forward, you can actually start copying and pasting all these in your TikTok, your Instagram. Every single time you post a 360 video on YouTube, this is your list right here to go to, Malik.
Yeah,
and
that's dope.
yeah, and these are high volume keywords, which means they're getting constant searches. Yeah.
That's dope.
It's on now, man.
Yeah. It's over. It's over. Oh
So
man. Next week I might gonna be talking to you next month saying, hey man, you know what I'm saying? Hey man, things is different now. Let's
I want you
go.
to have a new set of problems, a month from now. I'm talking about, David, how do I find good assistants? I'm booked, how to, like a new set of problems, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Good
sir.
problems.
Good
So
problem.
yeah. So, okay, so we covered the website and how important it is for you to have a Google profile, because as you can see,
Yes.
when I typed in that information, 3 Google profiles came out, and that's basically people that are within a certain radius from you. Now, when you start a Google profile, Malik, I don't know if you're going to have an assistant to do this for you, but I would say show it some love. And this is what I mean by show your Google profile some love. Make sure you include all of the information. You're including products, services, you're adding photos. And I know this sounds overwhelming, but the more meat you put on this platform, Google, the more Google is going to reward you. So as you can see, I have postings, I have photos, I have updates, I have a description, I have the services, I have photos and videos, I have reviews, I have a link to my website. This is what I want you to kind of shoot for. And
Yes, sir.
every time you go to an event, Malik, you already did 2 events, 2 paid and another 2 as for experience. That's a total of 4. So you have experience without a doubt. And now basically, if you would have had a Google profile, everyone from that party, by now you should have had at least minimum, 6 or maybe 10 5-star reviews on Google. And you're missing out on that. So you're a cool guy and you get people excited. So when the people come off the booth and they're looking at their video, they're excited. You tell them, by the way, can you please help me out with a 5-star review on Google? And this is what you want to do. Once you have your Google profile set up, you're gonna do this. And like I said, this is being recorded, so don't worry about thinking, when, how am I gonna remember that? So if I go to my page here, I'm gonna go to my page here on Google, and I'm gonna show you a shortcut. And this is how I was able to acquire over 60 5-star reviews in less than a year, Malik. I'm gonna show you a secret sauce, man. So
man, I appreciate you.
yeah, I'm gonna go to business profile. I'm gonna go into my business here. I have 2 listings, one here and then one in a city a few miles further out. So this is what you want to do, Malik. You want to grab, where is it? Read reviews. You want to go into read reviews and you want to grab this section where it says get more reviews. Go ahead and copy this right here. I'm going to go ahead and copy it. And now I'm going to go into Canva. Once I'm in Canva, it doesn't really matter where I click, whether it's a photo or a logo. What I'm really interested in is I'm going to go down here on the left side where it says QR code. And I'm going to put in my Google profile review and now generate code. So now you can actually print this out or have it on behind your phone or on your on display. I have it on
Yeah.
I have it on one of these right here, Malik.
Oh, okay.
So
Wow, that's a big flyer. Nice.
yeah, so it's not bulky, it's not that big, but people scan this and this takes them immediately to that Google profile where they don't have to go look for you on Google, type information. All they have to do is just scan it, 5 stars, best 360 booth, post. That's it.
Nice.
And now you're getting 5-star reviews, and your competition will be like, where did this guy come from? How does he have 10 reviews in less than a month? Well, because he met with David. That's what happened.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now, is it possible to send that link to like some of the people that you've done it with? You think that's a good way to start? Like, hey, I need a favor.
Yeah.
Should I go with the ones I did it with?
Love how you're thinking, man. I love how you're thinking. You're thinking, you know what? I can actually still alter the situation, which is great. So go ahead and get your Google business profile listed. And when you're listing
Right.
your Google profile, make sure that you are including your address. I know a lot of folks are sensitive about putting their address, but truly what it is, man, it's going to help you rank, because when there's people looking for 360 booth, and then Google has your business profile address, then Google wants to make two people connect. It wants to bring them together. So if there's a person 5-mile radius looking for your services, then it's going to show them your Google business profile, because Google knows where you're located and when they're where they're located. So it helps
Not a
you,
problem.
it helps you get that inquiry. So make sure you add your address on there. And what else? Oh yeah. So the question that you were asking me, what you can do, Malik, is once you actually set up your Google business profile, once it's actually set up and it's live, meaning Google didn't say, oh, we're going to send you an envelope to make sure that this is your address. Once you receive your envelope, put in the 4-digit PIN, we're going to mail you, and then your page will be live. If you don't have to go through that, because it's a hit and miss, and it goes live right away, then yeah, please reach out to those friends and family and be like, hey, can you please help me out with the review? Here is my link. And then what you would be doing is the exact same thing I did. Remember how I just copied and pasted that this right?
Get more reviews, yeah.
Yep. Go ahead and send them through email or through text on their phones, and tell them this. And please, guys, it's very important that you guys use the word 360 booth in the review, so that the algorithm knows that, hey, this business is getting 5-star reviews for this specific service, and this is constantly coming up 360 photo booth, 360 booth on their platform and in their reviews. So make sure they have that keyword in there, which is going to be great. Another thing before I forget, you notice how on my page freeze. Let me see. Right here, for the title of your Google business, it doesn't have to match your actual title of your business name. Try to rank using, you see how I use this big word in the front, 360 photo booth rental, and then Canary Capital Rentals. You can do the exact same thing. You can do 360 photo booth rental and then the name of your city. If you want to start getting more increase faster, I tell folks, don't spend too much time thinking of a business name, because in the beginning, Google's not going to know anything about your business. It's just a name that you're proud of because you have a vision for it. But the Google doesn't know anything about it because it hasn't been indexed and therefore hasn't been ranked. So it needs to be crawled first. And once the bots pick it up and it gets into the whole algorithm formula, then you can just post anything like, what the heck is Nike? Oh, Nike, manufactures some of the best shoes in the world, XYZ. But this is just an example of, first, give Google information that it can easily analyze to provide you with those leads that we want to get you, Malik.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Dope.
Now, on top of this, if you want to add more sauce to really start, bulking up your business, is another thing. You can go on to Fiverr. I don't know if you've seen any of my videos when I go on to Fiverr.
No, I like Fiverr though. I'm always on Fiverr.
Oh, beautiful. All right, sweet.
Yes.
Okay, so with that being said, let's go on to Fiverr. And I know that I was messaging, I think it was this one here. Yeah, so it's Rose Crack. That sounds terrible. It's a funny name, huh? So local SEO with results, Google Maps experts. And so, for example, $10, $20, $45. Let's go to level 2, $20 package here. Now, what does it include? It includes boost your local listing to the 3-pack. So you're gonna have a Google profile, right? That's known as your local listing, and it's gonna give you those citations I was telling you about. You remember those citations where yeah, so you can actually get 10 map citations, and that's the map citations. Now, on top of that, once you order this one, then we can go circle around here, and there's another one here. For example, I think it's this man right here. I think he does that service too, but these are a little different because they're going to provide you with, here you go, 100 citations for any country, right? So you know how you have about, what do we count, around 40 something citations I think you have right now?
Yeah, 43.
43. So eventually, if you hire them, right, for the same $5,
$5, that's nothing, right? Yeah.
well, actually, they're doing 20 for $5. But if you do premium for $30, you get 100 local SEO citations, meaning they're going to put your website and your information on another 100 websites so that they can point back to your website. And that's going to be the citations. But first things first, Malik, is you got to get Fiverr, who built your website, to get your
Yes.
H1 to say
H1's right. Yes.
photo booth rental.
I'm gonna do that and tell them that I need those bullet points up on the page instead for the prices. I need that ASAP.
Yeah.
ASAP. Between that and Google business profile, those two things, by the end of the week or even beginning of next week, those would be the two things I want done.
Yeah, man. And I was having a conversation with another operator, and you know, we both agreed that, yeah, man, it's small work, but it's tedious, meaning you just have to do it constantly, and it's just typing, and it's not like labor, hard work or anything, but it takes up your time. But what I like about it, Malik, is that it could be such a great investment of your time, because you never know when you're going to come across that video that goes viral that's going to bring in a ton of leads, and you never know when you're going to come across one client that's really going to help you build your momentum.
Yeah, that's a fact. I appreciate all of this. You built it up. Like,
yeah, man.
Good thing right now. I'm ready. Like you said, next time it's different problems. I'm like, man, I need help.
Yeah.
I need help. You need to move to Atlanta, David. Help me out, Dave.
There's too much going on. And if you get to that point, then you can start bumping up your prices, and all of a sudden you're known as a premium 360 booth provider. And that's what I've shot for, Malik. My prices are not the cheapest. And and sometimes I'll go a week without being booked, but then there'll be another week while I'm booked by a bigger business to do a company event during the actual week. And then I have another event in the weekend, and people are paying a decent amount of money because I attract a certain type of customer. So who do you want the customer base to look like? Who do you want to cater to? That's going to be up to you. But I want to tell you, value your time. Life is short. And when you're out there, man, being a hype man and providing this service, it takes a good amount of energy. So try to get, rewarded for that. But then again, it really boils down to you as an individual, what your goals are and how you want to run your business.
Oh, I mean, and my competition is so far up in pricing, I can't help but to bump it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm offering everything they're offering at that low price. So yeah, that's the minimum.
Exactly.
That's the minimum.
And just remember that no matter how cheap your prices are, if people can't find you, they can't book you. So let's make it easy for people to find you, Malik. Let's go ahead and focus on that. Let's make your business a lot more visible.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
And go from there, brother.
Man, Dave, you're the blessing, man. You're a blessing. Look, I'm already getting ready scheduling. Like, I talked to you in February so you can see what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Man. And then another thing, Malik, I do my best to try to jump on once a week and do a live, right? And that way there's folks that it's just not in their budget to book a one-on-one with me. And I go on there and I answer as many questions as I can on the fly for that 1 hour. So if you're subscribed to the YouTube channel, you'll get like a notification if I go live. If you have any new questions, maybe we can meet up there. Also, are you plugged into the 360 booth community on Facebook?
No.
All right, cool. So there's a Facebook community that I started last year. It has over 3,000 360 booth operators. Malik, I encourage people to go on there, especially people that are trying to scale or have a unique set of problems that, once you voice them out and you share those on our community, there's people that have the solution to that already, that already been through it and so forth. And then, of course, other people will jump in and they have questions that you yourself might already know, and you can help out by answering those questions for them too. So it's a good place to be at. Let me go ahead and send it to you here on the chat before we get off.
The chat. Hold on, let me find the chat. Okay, I see chat. Yep. It is taking me there. Yep, I see you. 360 Booth Global Family. I see you right now. I'm joining the group as we speak.
Cool, man. What kind of drone are you using, Malik?
A Mavic DJI Mavic Pro.
Mavic Pro?
Yeah, I haven't upgraded to the new one just yet.
What's your take on the Air 2S?
I mean, they've made these things so amazing now, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, and the price is even lower. I think I'm gonna do the Mini 3. If I don't do the Mavic 3, I'm just gonna do the Mini 3. It just because I think now the price point's at like 1,500. So I'm like, It's like kidding. I mean, when can you get something that advanced for that kind of price? You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I think the Mini 3 2 is the one that does vertical shots, right?
yes, I think they turned it because they know for people want it for the phone, social media.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
I,
with all of those things. Yeah, I'm trying to step up my game. Uh-oh. Oh, okay, there you go. There you go. I know what's going on.
and Malik, check this out, man. I did this this morning, brother.
Oh man, that's my thing, the jumping rope thing there, but I don't look like that. I'm kind of jealous right there.
I was able
Oh
to do this.
man, I gotta step my game up completely. He's telling me, huh? Holy smokes. Nice, nice. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, you're just rubbing it in more now.
No,
Oh
no. So
man.
I try to keep it for I try to keep it under what's it, a minute. And
Right, right,
just
right.
because I spend a lot of time solo doing things like solos, and um this is just one thing that I feel like I've always really wanted to dive into, and that's drones. So knowing that you are a pilot, it makes me excited because you have an edge on your competition, and I don't think you really notice how much of an edge you have until today, because
I did.
you're a pilot. You have a drone, so capitalize on that.
There's another camera, a 360 camera that I actually do with the drone and bike riding at the same time. Like you look into it's the 360 1X2
Yeah.
I have, but I think they're up to the 3
Mhm.
and has the invisible stick. You
Yeah.
should try that and you'll really take that video right there to a whole nother level. Like it's
Yeah.
like having a whole video production team right there with you,
Following
right
you
with
like
you.
in a car, because the stick is invisible, right?
Yeah, technically it's not, but
Yeah.
yeah, it is.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe in the future, I'll invest in one of those, just because right now
It's
I'm still
like three
trying.
hundred dollars. It's not even. It's really cool. I'm trying to figure out to stick out how I can even incorporate it into the whole booth thing, like and have the 360 being 360. If that makes sense, you know what I'm saying? So as far as like the end video that I give to the client, the actual client at the end, so everybody gets a video. But sometimes I try to put together like a 1 minute video of everybody that was on, or as much as I can fit in it, and I give it to them. So if I could even take that video and be like, oh, and they'd be like, man, look what he's doing, it becomes the calling card to the people they send it around to. So it's pretty
Yeah.
cool. It's a lot of things we could do.
So when you mesh a few videos together, Malik, like that, and you just send this meshed, edited video by your creativity, and you wrap it up in a 60-second video, highlights of their event, people charge
Mm-hmm.
a lot of money for those type of videos. But if you're doing it for free, the way I would position it is this: I would send them the video, right, with an
Mm-hmm.
email, in that email having a hyperlink to your Google profile. So
Mm-hmm.
they can show their appreciation by leaving you a 5-star review. Plus, they can actually forward that link to other colleagues and have them give you reviews as well, because you're offering something. So it's always great to ask for something when you know that it's a fair transaction. It's just reciprocating that support.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love that part right there. So I'm gonna do that, man. I'm getting ready to take everything to the next level right now. Like, nice, 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 nice.
And
You
and
might have
please
created
post.
a monster, man. You created a monster.
There you go. And please post those same videos. Please post them across all your social media platforms. Try
Mhm.
to make that a habit, Malik. If you spent time to edit one video, it's 60 seconds long. Post it on all of your social medias, man, with those keywords that you and I covered using Chat GPT. Use artificial intelligence to your advantage. Um,
Yes.
yeah, brother, it's been a true delight, hanging out with you and having this conversation with you, because I feel like
Man, bro.
uh,
Man.
you're the kind of person that actually applies what you learn. So I'm excited for your future, man.
Oh man, I bow down to the king. What up, David?
Uh,
Yeah, the myth, the legend is in person. What up, David?
Cool. Yo, Malik. So I'm gonna go ahead and render this video.
Absolutely.
That's gonna
Okay.
take some time, and then I'm gonna upload it to YouTube, right?
Okay.
So you're cool with like being sharing your face with the world and your questions with the world? Is Want me to make it
Not a
public?
problem, man. Not a problem, man. It's all good sharing. That's how I learned because I've watched you. So if you didn't share, how would I be where I'm at, right?
Do that. And on top of that, please do me a small favor. If you can either send me a text message or an email with all of your contact information so I can grab that, put it in the description box of the YouTube video I'm going to be making for you. That's going to help me because like I said, I'm going to make that promo video for you using those keywords. Now, since you don't have the cold sparks yet, I'm not going to include any videos that have the cold sparks because then people are going to expect that from you.
Yeah, I don't have that yet. I think I'm gonna do the iPad photo booth before I do the scroll spot because I'm finding that most indoor events I can barely use the bubble gun and I can barely use so I gotta be mindful of where I'm at, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. So some of them are kind of shutting down. So I'm like, you know what, maybe the iPad photo booth way before the cold spark. So they almost seem like they're the same price at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I gotta follow your links to which one to get it from. So I got you. Appreciate you, brother.
I'm looking forward, man. I'm looking forward to your
you want me to send the information through IG or through the emails you've been sending?
I would say either one is fine. Now I'm gonna go ahead and just put my email right here.
Okay, in the chat. Okay, so I could I'll copy that and then this way I have it. I'll start working on that.
There you go, brother.
It come from there you go. Okay, I'm on Gmail. It'll say kids gotta eat, but it's me. You'll know because I'll be like, it's me. It's me. Let me put that in compose right now so I don't forget that. That's what I'm doing next, right there.
Cool, man.
Thank you so much, man, brother. I appreciate you, man.
I'm gonna reach out to you once I upload the video, both our session, and I'm also gonna contact you again when I upload the promo video. So you're gonna be hearing from me in the next few days. But first things first, I'm gonna upload this video, make it a high priority because I know that you want to dive back into this and kind of summarize some of the stuff that we went through. So I understand, and I'm gonna get that uploaded late tonight. Just because
no runs, you did great, man. No, take your time. You all right with me, man? You all right? Yeah, the legend. Holla.
Cool.
There's no 360 machine if there's no David right there. I didn't know where to look, and I just started following you. Like, okay, I like his videos. Okay, I got it. Get 4 lights. Okay, I can do this.
And here we are. But Malik, it's been, like I said, man, it's been a real pleasure with you, brother. I love your energy, and man, this is gonna be an incredible year, brother. Take care.
Soon, man.
Yeah, stay creative, man.
Yes, sir. Peace.